And I'm back at it again. We're gonna try to make this again because the first time didn't go pretty nicely. And today I have a friend of mine. He's Matle, and he has a YouTube channel. He's Italian, but he does a lot of really cool stuff. The link is in the description. You should check it out. Now, let's see if it's gonna work this time. Okay, the part is positioned already. It should be kind of straight, but it doesn't matter that much. Now I zero the tool and hope for the best. Okay, here we go. Do it, baby. I'm always super anxious because I don't know Mach 3 enough to be confident. Like if it was Tormach, I would be already like a lot more confident, but in here I just have to cross my finger and hope for the best. Okay, keep this closed, ready to abort, and let's press cycle start and let's see what it does. Is tool one? Yes, it is tool one. It looks like it's working so far, but the other time was working too. We'll see when I change the tool. This time what I did two different files for the two different operations. I am panicking right now because I don't know where I put the screws. Actually, I didn't do it, Gabriello did it. I hope he did it right. We're gonna see sparks. It's not gonna be a good sign. Wait. It stopped. I think it's actually supposed to be because I need to change the tool and mess everything up again. Okay, let's see. So as I said before, now I made a complete different file for the new tool. What I need to do though, since I changed the tool, I need to know the height of this tool. And to do that, I re-zero the Z-axis. In that way, everything should work. Thank you, Matley. Okay, let's zero the Z-axis. And it's done. So, I changed the tool. I re-zeroed the Z-axis. It's a new file, and I'm starting from up here. The other time I was starting here, and the stupid Mach 3 was going inside the part to re-zero. Anyway, this time should work. But I'm really scared, honestly. And we'll see if I have to swear again. Tool number 2, it is. And go. Oh my God, I'm scared. It's starting from up here, but it shouldn't be bad. It's just cutting air. It's a long spiral down. By the way, look who is here. You might not recognize the face, but you're gonna recognize the voice later. Can you do it right now?
Hello, and welcome back to Switch and Lever.
What is it doing? You're not supposed to do that again. It's starting to, but it's kind of moving.
I think it's a trial.
Yeah. It just thinks that I didn't do that again. I forgot to do the rest machining thing. So many things to learn. Have a look at that. Besides that I cut a lot of hair here because I did like a double setup that I didn't have to. Anyway, this is just for positioning, and then I'm gonna drill by hand so I don't have to change, you know, all the measurement. Anyway, I'm really happy on how it turned out. What do you think?
It's very nice, considering how it turned out before.
I know. So, for comparison, this is the old one before with this kind of things and problems. This is pretty much pristine. Look at that. Okay, now it's plexiglass time. Okay, we have, there's a reason why this looks better.
This is without me,
Yeah.
and this is with me.
Exactly. Oh, you have another.
No. This is before I fix the machine, and this is after I fix the machine, okay?
Okay, well, as long as the part is nice. I made the wooden part, it's done, and it came out pretty nicely. What I need to do now is the enclosure, and I'm gonna make it out of plexiglass. Did I show you what I'm making? Maybe not. So this is the part that I'm gonna make, and I need to cut the parts, the plexiglass parts, with the laser. And also Matt is here and is gonna help me. Plexiglass is in the laser. It's ready to be cut, but first I need to take the backing off. And why not doing it with the maker knife, right?
Hey, Giaco. I want to understand why you're taking the backing off.
Because
Laser with it.
otherwise the laser would like burn the backing. But since I have a maker knife to make it really easy to remove,
Oh.
right? I'm also holding a camera. That doesn't make it that easy. Look at that. And it's time to cut. Oh, the fan. Yes, it is done. Look at that. This is what I love about the laser, that you don't have to hold the pieces in place. You just take them and they're done. Perfect cuts every time. I love it. Oh yeah, thank you. Now I have to glue them. I wouldn't say glue them because I'm using a solvent, so I'm basically welding the parts together. And I'm gonna have some bad cracks, and unfortunately I can't do much about it because from what I understand is when you use the laser, well, anyway, I can't do much about it. Now it's time to weld the parts together. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this for the measurements and the usual 1, 2, 3 blocks. These are super useful. I use them for everything besides what they are meant to be used for. So I'm gonna use this to just, stop the pieces in place like so. This is the first parts that I'm gonna weld together. Now that I'm happy about the placement, I'm gonna use the welding compound or the solvent, which is this, and tack weld it together. The good thing about this is that since this is not glue, but it's a solvent, even if I touch the wood, it's not going to be glued to it unless I melt the plastic too much, and then that's another problem, but it should work. This, if I enlarge like that, you can see some cracks. And unfortunately, I can't do much about it because it's due to the fact that I'm using the laser to cut it. But I mean, you don't really see it, and it's better than seeing normal glue, so it's fine. Now it's gonna stick together in like 10 minutes, but you still have to handle it with care because it's not fully cured. It's gonna be fully cured in 24 hours, but if you're careful enough, and I'm not really, it's fine to move it like even after 10 minutes. If I move it now, it stick together, but I don't advise to do it immediately. Now I wanna put the top in place. The thing is that there's a thing called gravity that I'm afraid is gonna work against me. and have the solvent drip in the walls here, and it's gonna ruin the plastic. So what I'm gonna try is just put some little drops here to kind of make it stick together, and then I'm gonna glue it later when I turn it around. I'm kind of afraid that now that I'm gonna put the other piece on, it's gonna make some drops. Okay, please don't drip, please don't drip, please don't drip. I'm not sure if it's even touching actually. I don't think it's working actually. It's not. Doesn't really touch. So I need to turn it around and screw it up. So I'm gonna try to move it. The problem is I'm pretty sure it's gonna unweld here because it's kind of tricky to move it now. Okay, so far so good. It went a little better than I thought. Then I'm gonna use the 1, 2, 3 blocks to align them. I like it so far. Whatever you do, buy this because you're gonna use them for like everything, and then write me on something and thank me. All right. And now the master.
Master of sanding.
The master of sanding is gonna sand it off. This is what I love about having friends over, is that they can work. Now the plan was to turn 2 different pins on the lathe to put here and have it like pivoting, but I think it's kind of stupid for this kind of project. So I found this brass tube that it fits pretty perfect. So I'm just gonna use this. I'm gonna drill 2 holes here and then glue it in place. It's fine. I mean, it's kind of late. We're having too much fun here. So I go that way. You need to be really precise and go in exactly a bunch, not more. If you ever try to cut a tube-shaped material, like in this case, like with a plier or a saw, you know that it's really easy to deform the material. So I'm gonna use this little tool here, which is pretty neat actually. In this case, I don't need to be super precise. So you just put it in, you tighten it, and you score it like that. And you will feel it doesn't make much resistance. Then you tighten it again, score it, and you keep doing this until you have a clean cut. See? Super perfect cut every time. This is like 3 or 4 euros, so it's worth having it when you need it. Now, if you see this pin now, if I put it in, gets out super easy, as you can see. One thing is that you can use glue, like CA glue, but actually what I like to do in this case, I just press this end a little bit, like that. You don't even see it that much. So it creates some sort of force that to put it in, you need to hammer it in. Now I don't do it because I need to put the plastic, but you see the point, it's not moving. See? So I don't have to use glue. If I have to remove it, I can still do it, but just a little trick. I almost put the pins and the cover together before doing this, the holes. But luckily I have a trick for it. And it's done. This is a nice trick. You can do anything you want with your hand. Have a look at that. Isn't that nice? And it works pretty well. This is the kind of project I love making because, you know, shop improvement. Pretty nice. Let's populate this puppy and let's see how it looks when it's full.